Minasan, okarinasai. Today we have an extremely talented bunch of individuals. A lot of people consider this their favorite band ever. Roselia is a Pokemon introduced in the 3rd generation, native to the Hoenn region. Oh, wrong Roselia, okay. Roselia is an old girl band in the Bang Dream franchise, kind of the secondary protagonists. Their genre of music can be considered gothic J-rock. The group consists of 5 members: Yukina Minato on vocals, played by Aina Aiba, Sayo Hikawa on guitar, played by Haruka Kudo, Ako Udagawa on drums, played by Megu Sakuragawa, Rinko Shirakane on the keyboard, played by Kanan Shizaki, and Lisa Amai on bass, played by Yuki Nakashima, my personal favorite member. Now, when the group debuted in 2016, they actually had 2 different members. Yurika Endo was originally the band's bassist and the one to portray Lisa. However, due to unspecified health reasons, she retired from the entertainment industry after only a few months. As for the other former member, Satomi Akesaka was originally the key player and the voice of Rinko. Unfortunately, she suffered a similar situation very early on in 2018, and she had to retire from singing due to sudden hearing loss. But she is still an active seiyuu. The group's name comes from combining 2 different flowers, a rose and a camellia. It's also the name of a Pokemon in both English and Japanese. So, as I just said, they were formed in late 2016, but their story really begins in 2017, debuting at Bang Dream's 3rd Live, showing off their first single, Black Shout. Not too long after this was their first full concert, Rosenland, debuting their song Louder, this and Black Shout still being 2 of their all-time best songs to this day, but also their second single, Rebirthday, and Hidamari Rhodonite. The reception of this small concert was so good that the girls were given a full second performance just a month later at a venue that doubled the audience count. The second performance was also the debut of Passionate Starmine, the ending theme of Bandori's first OVA. It is also the coupling track to their 3rd single, Heroic Advent, which had its live debut at their second show, Zeit. Aside from these, they had their 4th single, Oneness. Moving on to 2018, their 3rd live, Ewakite, was part of Bang Dream's 5th franchise live. This was also the last concert that Yorushi performed in, having Yuki make her debut during the encore. Little did we know that this was also Satomi's final live, as at their 4th concert VR, we got the debut of Kanan Shizaki. Rachel was also a special guest here as well. Music includes their 5th single, Opera of the Wasteland, their 6th single, R, and their 7th, Brave Jewel, which was one of the openings for Season 2 of the Bang Dream anime. Lastly for this year, their first full album, Enfant. 2019, at Bang Dream's 7th live, we got Roselia's 5th solo live, Heats. About 6 months later, we got arguably their best live, Flamme and Wasser, the debut of their best song, Firebud. Am I saying that correctly, Aiba-sensei? Aimi? Yuki? Ami, can you help me?
Firebud! Firebud! God!
I'm still not sure. Sumigi? Rikopen? How do you say it? Is it Firebird?
No, Firebird. Firebird!
Okay, thought so. Thank you. The final concert for this year was something new for the franchise, a joint concert with 2 of the bands within the series, Rausch und Craziness, featuring Roselia and Reza Seelan, with the intermissions featuring the girls of both bands in a high school setting with Aimi as their teacher and Ayasa as her assistant, I guess. It was really entertaining. The ending of both days also having both bands perform a song together. As for music, their 8th and 9th singles, Safe and Sound and Firebird. Literally anytime a phoenix or something with fire and wings appears in a game or a show I'm watching, I just think to myself, Firebird. The ladies also had a best of live album titled So White, the last album to feature the original members, as the CD had the best performances from the first 4 lives. Lastly for this year, they were the opening act of Day 1 for Poppypaw and Silent Siren's No Girl No Cry live. 2020, just a month or so before we all went into hiding, the girls had Rausch, a sort of mini sequel to the prior live. After things somewhat calmed down in the summer, Roselia had Einheit, Day 1 of Bandori's 8th franchise live. To end the year, again sort of a sequel, there was Rausch Craziness Interlude with Ras, the first few songs actually being free for everyone to watch on YouTube as it was happening. New songs include 10th, Promise, and 11th, Zeal of Proud. Then their second full album, Wall, and a big accolade, Roselia won the singing award at the 14th Seiyuu Awards. Well deserved. 2 months later, in 2021, we got an official sequel, Rausch und Craziness 2, again with Ras. In the summer, there was Bandori's 9th live, with the first 2 days being called The Beginning, featuring Roselia and Poppin' Party, their first live not to have a German word in the title. To end the year, they would give us Edelstein, the girls' 8th solo live and their first solo concert in almost 2 years. Aside from this, they were the first group in the series to get a solo movie, 2 in fact, titled Episode of Roselia, Promise, and Song I Am, which all featured a bunch of new music. 2022, the girls had their Episode of Roselia live shows, 2 of them, Weiss Clay and Rose. and their most recent solo was back in September at the Bandori 10th Live, their day being called Sonnenschein. They also had their 12th and most recent single, Swear Night and Day, but also Rosen Horizon, a mini-album, the title track having a live music video. 2023, just last month in February, they had their most recent overall live, being a joint concert with Morphonica, the only group they didn't collaborate with yet. This being titled Sternenzelt Nocturne. And the last thing for their current career is their 13th single, Throne of Rose. It will be released in late April. That is a total of 15 live shows and about 40 original tracks. A quick 10 recommends are Louder, Firebird, Rosen Horizon, Blessing Chord, Kiseki, Ringing Bloom, Avant-Garde History, Song I Am, Brave Jewel, and Black Shout. You will for sure love at least one of them, if not all. If you don't, well then you're lying to yourself. And as with most Bushy Road musical groups, they have done many covers of other popular songs, a little over 30. Some notable ones being Hacking to the Gate and Fatima, both being openings for Steins Gate. A Cruel Angel's Thesis and Soul's Refrain from Neon Genesis Evangelion, Gurren no Yumiya, the first opening of Attack on Titan, My Dearest from Guilty Crown, Sister's Noise from A Certain Scientific Railgun, Kakai Kitan from Jujutsu Kaisen, and New Genesis from One Piece Film Red. But the band members have also appeared with other bands, like Yukina singing with both Popipa and Roselia, or even Roselia and Afterglow having an original song together. These girls, being the all-stars that they are, have also appeared at many different events and festivals over the years, like Japan Jam, Countdown Japan, Animax, and Animello Summer Festival, just to name a few. Also, the recent Big Bushy Road Fest last November. The girls also have a radio talk show titled Radio Shout, and used to have a show on Bandori TV called Hell or Heaven, usually hosted by Megu, Haruka, and Yuki. Roselia, just like Ras, basically never features the characters on their CD covers. Spreckcore being the only one I can think of that actually has the characters on it. As I hinted at earlier, basically all of their concerts are named after German words, like Zeit, Wir, Heats, Flamme, and Wasser, meaning time, for, heat, fire, and water, respectively. Their episode of Roselia Lives and the joint concert with Popipa being the outliers. Also, yeah, their fourth concert is literally called For, but in German. Creative. So some little facts about the live group. Though we don't technically know Shizaki's age, Yuki is accepted as the youngest member, while Aiba is the oldest. But she's only like 1 week older than Megu. I thought Megu was also the shortest, but it seems Kuroharu is listed at 2 centimeters shorter, and Yuki is the tallest. None of the girls are in the same agency, and only Haruka and Aina come from the same prefecture, that being Osaka. Naturally, all of the girls are close, but Kuro and Aiba seem to be extra close, working together in other franchises like Revue Starlight and Road 59. While Yuki and Megu are also together a lot, mostly due to the fact that they have a YouTube channel together called Yuki Megu TV. Though Kanan does thoroughly enjoy her time with her boyfriend Yukio, the little nickname that she gave Yuki. Finally, now that Shizaki stepped down as Rei, Roselia is the only live Bandori group to not feature a D4DJ member as well. Even when Roselia had a representative, they were the only group to have only one, as the other 3 live groups have 2 members from that franchise, and Rats actually has 3. Before I get into the final bit of info, I just want to shout out this website called Rosenland, ran by a very lovely lady who works very hard to subtitle all of their concerts, and a lot of their interviews and other random stuff, all for free, making Roselia the most easily accessible group in the franchise. So definitely check it out and watch the lives with English subtitles. And now time for some lore. This is strictly for the anime and mobile game. Their family names, Minato, Igawa, Imai, Udagawa, and Shirokane, are all based off names and areas in Minato City. According to Yukina, the band members practice together 8 times a week, possibly even more during their free time. Yukina was also the founder of the band, and the first member she recruited was Sayo. 2 members of Roselia have siblings also in bands. Akko's older sister Tomoe is also a drummer for the band Afterglow, and they even performed together in the Bang Dream Film Live second stage. And then Sayo's twin younger sister Hina is the guitarist of the band Pastel Palettes. Rinko is the costume designer and best friends with Akko. As for Lisa, she is childhood friends and neighbors with Yukina, but is also good friends with Mocha, the guitarist of Afterglow, and they even work together too. Sticking with Afterglow, their lead singer Ron and Yukina see each other as rivals. And finally, with the recent graduation event, all of the band members aside from Akko have graduated and moved on to university. There's actually a lot more information about the characters, but I feel all of the Bandori lore deserves its own video, probably even a series of videos. So I'm just going to end this one here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed and learned something new. Also, I hope I've convinced you to check out this amazing group. Please join me in the next one, someone I don't even know how to tease, so I'm not going to try. She's a good singer though. I look forward to seeing you there.